Konnichiwa, YouTube! Welcome to Archeage Live with your host, OnlyOneShinobi. Actually, today it's 3 Shinobi. I'm over here on EU because I'd like to talk to you about advanced land management. Now, I'm over here on the mountain side, so you can kind of see this beautiful island over here. Island, I don't know what you'd call it. Beautiful little island. It's owned by me. I own the whole thing. That's 5 gazebos, 3 thatched, 3 16s, and some small other pieces of stuff over there. And one of my friends has a thatched over there. Shout out to Itchy. This island is owned by a good friend of ours. He's the one who gave me the idea, but I thought it might be nice just to see what happens when you own a lot of land like this. At some point in the game, if you're interested in land, this is a possibility. This is a very underpopulated server, so obviously it's really easy to get land right now. So if you're on a more populated server, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but it's still a possibility. And once you get this amount of land, it's kind of crazy what are you going to do with it, right? So that's the idea of this video. The first thing you should do before we head on over there is consider the fact, consider whether you want to grow for profit, if you want land because you like to decorate houses, or if you want land to be a trader. Those are sort of the 3 options with owning land. There's only 3 reasons to own land. If you want to just decorate, then basically buy whatever you want, build whatever you want, and decorate whatever you want. The only thing you really need to think about is your scenery. Now, I like this area back here. It's secluded. No one really comes back here, and the view is not too bad. Hasla is pretty cool. Now, if you want to build in more populated areas, it's going to cost more, obviously, but that's that. The second thing to consider is trading. Now, a lot of people only own land for trading purposes, and if this is something that you want to do because you like to move trade packs, then you need to think strategically when you purchase land. Now, I'm out here in Hasla, which is completely disadvantageous to trading. This is really not a good place to own land if you want to be a trader. There are some good locations on the east. Rookbourne Basin, Windscour Savannah, Falcorth, and then over here in Villanelle and Silent Forest, and we can talk about the reasons why. Now, Rookbourne and Windscour are great because you can put down packs here, or you can put down larders, or you can make packs here, and then during peace you can ship them out into other areas for a longer trade run. So from Rookbourne you'll go up to Silent Forest, you can go to Ynistir and then sail across the ocean, or we go down to Solace and then sail because our guild land is out here. Windscour is the same. You can live out here in Skyfang, or down here in the Sandwind Prairie, and then during peacetime just follow the road out into Arkham Iris, and you'll be in peace. So these are good locations for creating packs. This is where you want to start. So with that said, the next thing you want to do then is hello. Shaw thing. That's my guildmate. Hello. Over there in the corner. Can you see him? He's spying on us. The next thing you want to do is staging. So, really? Okay, I guess that's what happens when you tell your guildmates you're going to record. Anyway, where was I? As you can see, we left our blood all over here. They know where I live. It's not safe here. Yeah, I think we were talking about staging, right? So, if you're going to craft packs or larders in Rookbourne and Windscour, and that's one way you can use your land is to put larders on there and move them out. You also going to need staging land. Now, some popular locations are Silent Forest up here just north of the Soundless Lake, so that you can take them into Ynistir. Other locations would be all along the Villanelle coastline, Seven Bridges, Torchfire Bay, this island here, Mahadevi up here in Queens Grove, Pumpkin Patch, and Solace is okay. We have our guild mansion here in Halo Hollow because we like to make red spice packs and take them up to Friedich, so this is a good location. As far as other staging locations, you could potentially put one maybe here in Arkham. If you put a farm here, you can stage Windscour or even Paranor Ruins packs if you're lucky. Or here in Falcorth, you can take Rookborn packs straight over the mountain and stage there for whenever you'd like to turn them in. So basically, the point of all that is if you want to be a pack trader, if that's what you'd like to do with your land, then you need to think strategically about where you put all of your farms. So that's really up to you how you want to do that, and what kind of strategy you want to make there. So I'll leave that up to you, but there are some good spaces to purchase, some that are better than others. Now what I do over here, at least, because this is my EU account, is I just farm trees. So this is farming for profit. When you get to this amount of land, it becomes sort of... Oh, these trees just matured, didn't they? When you get to own this much land, it becomes difficult to farm it all in a good amount of time, and that's why we're discussing this today. So there are three main options that people do when you get this amount of land. Hey, Thunderstruck. I think we have two of these actually in this harvest, so there's one. This is how we make our money with trees. Thunderstruck. So this harvest we got two. And this is an easy method because pines take approximately 2 to 3 days. And as you can see, with one harvest, I got 2 Thunderstruck trees. This is going to net me somewhere between 600 or 800 gold. And so that's pretty decent for 3 days, right? And I don't have to do anything. I just plant and then disappear. It's also nice because it helps your labor rack up to large amounts while you're waiting, and that's what happens on EU. So only 2 this harvest, and some of these Skyreach woodlots, which don't really work. Let me go back to the main point here. Is there are 3 methods. One of them is pine trees. Now this is what I do because it's cheap. The trees are not that expensive, really. It's a good way to save your labor because they take a long time to grow. And the Thunderstruck is really where all of your money is going to be. Now, obviously, you do make money when you sell the logs or the lumber with that as well. So you can go ahead and sell those or use them. That's really up to you. I sell them just for the extra money. That boogie. I see you, Boogie. You gonna fight again? Really? Or dance? Okay. The second method then is larders. So some people like to do larders. Now that's obviously going to be your husbandry skill, and that's going to load you up with a ton of packs to move. Now I think one of the guys who attacked me earlier, no, he likes to make a lot of larders. He has over 200 larders a week that he has to move because he's got so much land. Now that takes a lot of time. So pines are really kind of medium time investment, good profit. So get into a fight over there. He chased him off. He's protecting me. Pines are sort of in the medium zone. They grow within 3 days, but they do take a little bit of time to farm. I've got 5 gazebos, like I said, and it takes me approximately an hour to cut and plant everything out here. So just keep that in mind. Larders, we're going to be about the same. They take about 3 days to mature, and then you have to turn them into packs. But then on top of that, you have to move the packs to a new location. So the time investment there is really heavy. The third option then, and what a lot of people do with a land like this, if it's all connected, if it's all together, is grow bears. Now, I'm not sure on this auction house. If we look up Polaris Cubs, one baby bear here is 175 gold. It's not a whole lot, But bears are useful because they're extremely low maintenance. If you put a bunch of polar bears on this farm and you only have to shear the males. So you log in once a day and you look at your bears, you feed the males, you trim their hair, and then you move on. You don't actually have to do a lot. If they're horny and they get their women pregnant, then you'll have a baby bear on its way. If not, then you have nothing else to do. So for time investment, it's extremely low. Now, however, the income from bears is completely RNG. So with pines, like what I do, if I don't get any thunderstruck, I'm at least getting logs and lumber to sell, so I'm still making income. With bears, you're not going to get anything, and it takes a lot of gold investment to start making a bear farm. It could take you a month before you get enough males to actually impregnate the female bears to get your babies. But it is an option, and some people do that. So if you have enough land like this and it's all connected, it's really, really useful. But with the reason why you want them all connected is because the male bears impregnate people in rows of 3. So if this is a male bear, he will impregnate all the women in this row and 2 rows to the left, or 3 rows to the left, as well as the female bears in the next 2 rows on the next farm over. So that's one reason why, if you have connected land, it's advantageous to grow bears. You could do yata, but I'm going to tell you from experience that yata are a pain in the ass and they never get pregnant. Bears are a little bit more reliable. So that pretty much covers the 3 main strategies with this amount of land. And if I went too quickly or I didn't make any sense, I'll go ahead and summarize them just one more time as we finish chopping our trees. First is larders. First is larders. You could grow larders, make cheese packs or honey packs, and then move those packs and trade them for money. That's a good strategy if you want to be a trader. If you want to grow for profit, I recommend trees like I'm doing here. Pines are the best, and pray for thunderstruck and sell whatever you get. And the third method would be husbandry, some kind of bears, because they're extremely low maintenance, takes very, very little time at all. It just takes a considerable amount of gold as an initial investment. So I hope that kind of clears things up. There are some other things you can do. If you have a moderate amount of land, you could do, my guildmate over here does beehives, I believe, and that's an option, but this is extremely labor intensive, so if you don't have multiple characters, this is not going to be really useful for you. If this is your main character, you're not going to want to put that many beehives up because you won't be able to sustain the labor involved in making it. But if you have your own method or your own strategy for advanced land management and what to do with such a major plantation, leave me a comment in the comment section below. I know different people have different ideas, different strategies, and I'm always looking for new ways to make money, because in the end, that's kind of one of the most important things in this game. So in any case, I'm going to leave you here. I've got a lot of trees to chop. I got to get that wood down. And I will see you all in the next episode. We'll look at maybe more advanced land routes or trade routes so you can increase your gold production. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next episode. For now, Shinobi out.